So just hold on so that he leaves. Good day, our dearly beloved students. Today in history, we'll be looking at centralized and non-centralized states. The areas of coverage today are rendered as thus. By the end of this lesson, learners should be able to define centralized states, state the meaning of non-centralized states, and mention some centralized and non-centralized states. Now, before the advent of the British men to Nigeria, that's the coming of the British men to Nigeria, we were not under a single government. We were not under a federating. We never wore the cloth of a federal structure. We had several political structures, okay, that were in existence or in practice, okay, from different regions. We existed independently, okay. We existed independently as as a region, as against the Nigeria that we know today. And by virtue of that, certain regions adopted what we call a centralized system of government, while other systems, okay, other regions, so to say, adopted a non-centralized system of government. So quickly we'll look at the definition of a centralized state. When we say a centralized state, we're talking about a state that has an organized political structure, that has an organized political structure. Now it has a bureaucratic structure, okay, where we have a hierarchical structure. It has persons, okay, assigned to different responsibilities to see to it that the administration of that particular region, okay, it's efficiently and effectively, okay, attended to, okay. And we have a handful of countries from a handful of states, so to say, from different regions, the likes of Benin, okay, the likes of the the Sokoto Caliphate, okay, the Hausa states, okay, that had a heightened level of a political structure. We also have the Yoruba kingdoms, okay, that operated what we call the centralized state. Okay, for example, in Jade British International School, we have a centralized structure, okay, where we have the head of school. That hierarchical structure is actually seen, okay, to see to it that the administrative processes are actually achieved swiftly. Okay, we have the the head of school, we have the principal and the likes. That structure, okay, is what we liken to a centralized kind of structure. So we have states, okay, which I have let out already, that adopted the centralized system of government. Quickly, let's move on to the meaning of non-centralized state. When we say non-centralized state, we're talking about a state that it can also be referred to as a stateless society, a state with little or no organized political structure. Now, more often than not, the eastern part of Nigeria, okay, is referred to a decentralized state, or rather, we employ the term non-centralized state. Reasons being, there was they had an almost non-existent political structure. It was just Arochukwu, okay, and few other. Although what is conventionally let out, even in textbooks and all that, is that the Igbos, they do not have the operator what we call a stateless society, or a non-centralized state, or a decentralized state. However, we had just a very insignificant few that operated what we call a centralized state, which is the Arochukwu that I let out. Okay. Now, the eastern region,